Welcome to Providence Prairie Farm. My name is Stacy and I am starting this little YouTube channel. Yeah, so I just wanted to kind of come on here and do a little intro video as I get the channel started before I start uploading a bunch of content. I just wanted to give a little bit of background about who I am. Hold on, I gotta get my bucket here. Bought this farm about 2 years ago. We sold our house in just right outside of Denver, Colorado, and picked up and left the city. And we are not in our 20s or 30s or 40s. We're in our 50s, and we decided it's something we've always wanted to do. We always wanted to have a farm, yada yada, you know the deal. Everybody is doing it, whatever. God opened this door, and we were like, you know what? We're not getting any younger. We're coming up to our mid-50s. Let's do this. I'm on my kneeler, just in case. Look at this. This thing is so handy. I love this. Yeah, so here we are. We're on our 7-acre farm. You can see over here, I've got my Yoder-built greenhouse that we brought in. And I've started, this year I only have 6 beds. Those are my 6 garden beds over there that we've put in. And I have more to build for next year. This year is our 28-year anniversary. And we have 3 kids that we homeschooled for the past, gosh, I guess I've been homeschooling for, yeah, I've been homeschooling a long time. We are a few miles away from a very small town of around maybe 700 people. So we moved out here. We got this great deal on this property. There was a lot to do though. It's not, I mean, there was space. There was a lot of space. There was this wonderful, let me see if I can just turn you over this way. This thing, this is our Quonset. It's 40 feet, is it 40 feet wide? Yeah, 40 feet wide by 100 feet long. It's amazing. And it's all metal beams. And the Mennonite who actually built this farm, there was a Mennonite who built this farm, and he built that thing out here. And so that was part of what we loved about the property. I actually loved that more than the house. So I've been living very frugally, especially being on one income. But now that the kids are older and my youngest is in his last year, I'm starting a little mercantile where I am going to sell things. I don't know if it's going to be brick and mortar or more just online. I'm going to have my one-head embroidery machine in there, and I'm going to embroider things. I'm going to have vintage stuff that I will embroider, which I think is kind of a neat concept, like upcycling things, resell stuff that I am able to purchase, because I love textiles. I love getting textiles, but I recognize that people are starting to get more interested in like vintage textiles, which I've always been a huge fan of, but finding those like really quality vintage textiles and then being able to embroider them, personalize them for people, and then selling them, I think is going to be just really fun. And then we had another building which is going to serve a couple of different purposes. Number one, it will be for when we have people come out to visit, and then we're thinking that we might Airbnb it. We live right across the road, this cute little country road. We live across from pheasant hunting, walk-in public pheasant hunting land. So that is so cool. I'm excited about that. So we're gonna have that. We're gonna have a little Airbnb where hunters can come in and rent it. And then the third idea that we have with that little cabin is that we want to use it as a silent retreat, where we have people come out from the hustle, because people come out here and they're just like, oh, you're so lucky to live out here. And we're only 3 hours from Denver, 3.5 hours from Denver, depending on your speed limit. it in 3 hours before, but it's normally a 3.5 hour drive. But people come out here and they're like, oh, I just would love to be out here and live out here. Well, if you can't live out here, maybe you could come out here and take a silent retreat. And so what we're thinking is, even for singles or couples to come out, have a silent retreat, we will provide meals for them with food that we grow in the greenhouse and in the garden. And then we've also started processing our own meat chickens. So we have our own chickens and eggs, and then we have our own, you know, greens and vegetables that we'll be growing out here. I love homemaking. I love all things homemaking. I love cooking from scratch. You know what? I like to find a balance between being frugal and healthy-ish, but a fine balance somewhere in between, and then making our own food. And out here we have a couple of restaurants, but we don't have any fast food. There's no convenience foods really. But anyway, this is what we're doing. One of the reasons that I thought it would be fun also to start this is because I see so many people that are in their 20s, their 30s, maybe their 40s that are doing this. But you know, I want to show people that are our age and older, listen, life isn't etched in stone. Like, as long as you're here and you're breathing, God has all kinds of different ideas of what might go on in your life. I think sometimes we get stuck, or our circumstances are such as we don't see that things are going to ever be different. And that's how I did feel for a long time. I didn't think we would ever have the opportunity to be out here in the country the way that we are. I'm so grateful to be here, and I want to share that with people. Narrowing my focus as far as what the channel is going to be about is frugality, family, the Lord, obviously, and faith, trying to reinvent yourself later in life, and just plugging along in this world that seems a little bit upside down in a lot of ways these days. But anyway, that's what this channel is going to be about, and I hope that you'll come along for the ride if you're interested. So thank you for joining me out here on Providence Prairie, and I hope you'll come back for our next video. Take care. God bless.